Welcome to Tap the Good Spiritual Counseling and Transformational Coaching Services. I'm your host, Dr. Jacinta Mpali Nkana. In this video today, I'm going to do a counseling session for you, especially if you're going through a heartbreak. Your partner has decided to call it quits. I'm going to give you a session, then I'm going to do a little bit of Hooponopono to help you ease your mind from the negative emotions. Now, before we get into the video, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you can receive videos every time I upload them. Okay, let's get into the session. Your partner has decided that it's over. They don't want to deal with you anymore. They've cheated, they've walked away, or, it's no longer a relationship. The first question you have to ask yourself is, was it sudden? Was it a sudden, conclusion? Did they suddenly come and say it was over? Or you've been seeing the red flags. They've been telling you through their actions that the relationship won't work. Or you've been going through a turmoil. You haven't really been happy. And finally it's over, and now you're in pain. There is a difference between the two scenarios. If your partner decided to walk away because it was a sudden, he or she decided to walk away suddenly when you were really having a great time, then that's different. Then maybe there could be a little bit of validity why you should be hurting. But if you've been seeing all the signs, if you've been going through it, hard time, been fighting a lot, and you've not really been happy, and now the relationship is over, or you had issues here and there are a lot of differences, and now the relationship is finally over, why do you think you're hurting? Why do you think your heart is broken? Your heart, first of all, your heart can't be broken. But before I get into that, the reason why you feel that pain is because the ego mind likes to go ahead of you and convince you that it's valid for you to have pain. You believe your thoughts to be true. You believe your thoughts to be valid. And once you believe the thoughts to be valid, and then ta-da, the pain manifests. The issue here is, instead of crying over this bad milk, wouldn't you consider celebrating that finally a relationship that was giving you a hell of a time, you've been crying day and night that it's over? Wouldn't you be celebrating? Then why would you feel pain instead? Well, you feel pain because of attachment. Every time we attach to anything in this world, we are positioning ourselves for pain, for disappointment. But the idea is to accept everything and be attached to nothing. And it doesn't mean that when you are detached, you're not in love. You can love somebody, but also be free, be open, and know that even if they are to walk away, you still have this person in you that cannot be that is incorruptible, untaintable, uncontaminatable, which is who you really are, because you are the witness of all your experiences. Everything happens in you. You're not in it, it's in you. You were before it was, so you are. You have power over it. So the second issue here is, what conclusions and definitions did you come up with after your partner decided to walk away? For the most part, we have a tendency of concluding, oh, I'm too ugly, I'm not good enough, maybe I couldn't lose weight fast enough, or maybe I couldn't gain weight fast enough. Whatever reasons you've come up with, or that you believe to be true, and you've used these reasons to define yourself because of the situation. Well, the issue here is that you are in charge of your definitions. You defined these, you defined the experiences, you defined your conclusions. So guess what? You created that turmoil, because if you hadn't defined yourself in accordance, reflecting on the experience of the heartbreak, then you wouldn't be in pain. Also, when they say my heart, when we say my heart is broken, we also have to remember that language, the language that we use, our self-talk, could be poisonous. There has never been a broken heart. If your heart were broken, you would be dead. There is no heart that has ever been broken. Hearts don't break. It's just a word that we use, and just because we use those terms often doesn't make them the truth. So when you're consistently telling yourself, my heart is broken, my heart is broken, you're creating an emotion, you're allowing emotions to be triggered within you that are based on a lie. Your heart can't be broken. What you refer to as your heart being broken is your attention moving away from your pure self to the situation, to the poison, to the disappointment. Also, your heart broken could mean that sense of detachment, having to retrieve, take your power back from what you've given it to back to yourself. So then you think your heart is broken, but it's just a matter of your attention being shifted from where you put it to where it needs to be. And also, once you step away from the situation and understand that you're not in pain, you can't be in pain. How can you, the whole you, be in pain? You can't be in pain. You cannot be in pain. And if you say your body is in pain, you're not your body, so you can't be in pain. If you say my heart is in pain, it's not your heart that is in pain. It's the emotions that are negative, and they are painful, but they are not. You're not in them. They are in you. When you define your feelings and you give them all that power, as though they are more powerful than you, that they have absorbed you and sucked you in, it's not true, but it will appear to be true. It will appear to be real. But when you snap out of it and you say, you know what, the pain is in me and I'm not in this pain. So then you have to redefine the way you're speaking to yourself during this process, when you're really vulnerable to, the ego really spiking hard. And the ego has a way of appearing, your ego mind, with all these thoughts. Oh, it's over. You're going to be that old lady with lots of cats, in your house. You're going to die single and all of those things. And if you believe your ego mind, the crime scene, it's over. You feel as if your heart is broken. You feel as though, oh my God, it's over. You are in pain. The idea is to remember to stand your ground. And standing your ground means that you observe your thoughts and your emotions. You don't fight them. You don't contribute to them. You don't judge them. You don't wish they would go away, but you stand your ground as the incorruptible one. But when you start giving them your attention, then they are going to appear as though they've overwhelmed you and you are in pain. I think that's it. Really, it's as simple as that. It might not be simple, especially if you believe that emotions can overwhelm you. If you believe that, it's over. If you believe you've let fear, if you let your subconscious fear that, that is convincing you that you'll die alone, and you're like, oh my God, what? Or if you believed yourself just to be your image, your identity, and the roles you play, you're going to feel the pain. But if you remember that you're not your body and you're in this body, you're not the roles you play, you're not the relationships you're in, you're not even a man or woman. You are in this body as a soul and with the spirit of God dwelling within you. So everything else that is happening with you is a dream. In your world, you're dreaming it, you're visualizing it, you're dreaming it. So it's a dream, a beautiful dream if you want it to be, and an ugly dream if you want it to be. So the idea is to remember who you are. Hey, you know what? I'm not this role. I'm not. In actuality, yes, I played the role of a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a wife, or a husband. But guess what? It's a role I played, and I'm not it. It's my role. If I can define it, it can't be me. I am the definer of my experiences. I am the witness, the creator of my reality. So then you snap out of it. Okay. Okay, so we are going to do a little bit of Hooponopono, very simple, but very powerful. You're going to write the two words, disappointment, attachment and fear. You're going to write them on a piece of paper, And then you're going to cross out you're going to cross them out in one line. Cross out disappointment, cross out fear, no, cross out attachment, and then cross out fear. Disappointment is just an effect, it's a definition. So cross out attachment and then cross out fear. And then below that you're going to write null void 0, null void 0, just one time. And then you're going to hold this piece of paper and then squash it, fold it, and then you repeat the 4 Hooponopono statements. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And then twice, and then you're gonna go and drop that piece of paper in the bathroom, in the toilet, flush, and say, I take my power back to my incorruptible self. I take my power back to my incorruptible self. And so it is. And that's it. You can do it every day until you feel better. Okay? Alright. Well, thank you so much for clicking on my video. Subscribe and click on the notification bell. In the interim, I'm sending you abundant love from my heart to yours. And I know with all my heart that you're going to feel better. Peace and blessings. Bye.